Hi all, it's Jeremy Walker here, and today I wanted to talk to you about the mind and about positive thinking and also negative thinking. When we like something, we also at the same time in our mind create the fear of losing that thing. Like having the perfect wife, the perfect husband, the perfect life, the perfect job. And when we get that thing, or even get a large sum of money, we might create the fear of losing that thing because we're infatuated with it. On the opposite side of things, if there's something we dislike or that we resent, we create the fantasy of about the opposite of that in our mind and are blind to the positives of that thing. So the way to resolve the infatuations over things that you're perceiving as perfect and perceiving as really good is to look for the genuine downsides of that thing. So it's not about faking it and thinking, okay, it's a little bit bad here, a little bit bad there, but finding that genuine reason to bring that back into balance. The purpose of that is to not put something so high on a pedestal that it's being unrealistic. Maybe some of us have been in a relationship before and we thought, this person's the one, this person's perfect. Oh, they're so smart and they're so intelligent and they've got so much money. Oh, and they're so handsome or so beautiful. But what happens then, we start to resent those things that we originally liked about that person. All of a sudden, they're too beautiful and they attract the attention of other people that we don't like. Or they control the money and we don't like that. Or all of a sudden, over time, we start to realise, I don't really like that intelligent side of that person because they always seem to know it all. And that can be annoying there. So to resolve the infatuations we have around people, look for those genuine downsides and the actual negatives of that situation as well. To resolve the resentments we have around other people or around other things in our life, it's really valuable to own the thing in the other person that we feel like we dislike. So a good example might be if we feel like we get angry on the roads, get that road rage, someone else playing with their phone, stalling at the lights, driving too fast or driving too slow, is to remember all the times where we did that as well. Look for those times where you did that same thing or something similar, and then also look for the benefits of that did happen. Look for those genuine benefits, the reasons why that did actually benefit or create service to your life. For example, did that mean you were suddenly got to listen to your favourite song a little bit more? Or you missed the radar that was up ahead because you had to slow down? But looking for those genuine benefits of what happened at that time. You could even take that to a more extreme thing, like when someone lies to you or cheats to you. Go back to those specific memories and look for the actual positives that came into your life at that exact moment. And in doing this work for about 3.5 years now, I've never found a time when this is not true. A couple of examples of this is, I guess, when people do try to connect with that positive life and connect with the fantasy, they often repress those things inside and they come out in ways that we don't want them to. So I remember there was a lady who disliked that people got angry at all. So she said, I'm following the Buddhist tradition, I'm always kind, always considerate, I'm never mean to anyone, never raise my voice. And without missing a beat, the seminar leader said, well, you must be really angry on the inside. To which she immediately responded, oh, I'm in anger management, absolutely. So by trying to be perfect and denying that natural part of herself, she wasn't able to be a whole person, repressed that on the inside. So another example of this also would be is to consider, if I was to say to you, look, I'm Mr. Wonderful, I'm perfect, I'm really wealthy, I'm healthy, I've got so much going for me, I'm just the best person in the world. Do you feel like praising me at this time? No, you feel like knocking me down a little bit more, bringing me back to true reality. The opposite would also be true if someone said, look, I'm really down, I've got nothing going for me, nobody likes me, my whole life is negative, I've got no prospects, I've got no friends, I have no skills, I'm just depressed all the time and life sucks. We now feel like lifting that person back up to bring them back to the truth of reality. So something I'd like to share with you now is a really powerful way to approach criticism and judgment from other people, because we're always going to have that balance regardless. If you've got only supportive friends and only supportive people in your family, you're probably really critical to yourself on the inside. And those people are trying to bring you back to the balance that it's not so bad. But on the other side, if you're really high and really cocky and you just think you're all that, you're very likely to have a whole heap of friends that are criticizing and judging you and trying to bring you back to reality. Yeah, that you're not that high, that you're also a balanced person and trying to bring you back to that balanced perspective as well. So the powerful way to approach whenever anyone criticizes you or judges you, and this is something I do myself, is to ask, where are they correct? If someone criticizes you and you have an emotional reaction to that, just ask, where are they actually correct? Where is that actually guidance for me to empower my life more? I remember when family used to criticize me about, come on Jeremy, have you got a relationship? Come on, have you had a baby yet? And that sort of thing. And if I had an emotional reaction to that, that means I'm not actually fully empowered in that area. And consider the next two examples. If someone said to Warren Buffett, the investor, look, you're no good with money, your investment strategies suck, it's not even going to hit his radar because he's already fully empowered in that area. And another example might be the Dalai Lama. If someone said to him, look, you're no good at spirituality, you're no good at kindness and being compassionate to people, again, it's not even going to hit his radar because he's already fully empowered in that area. So just consider when someone judges you about health, judges you about money, judges you about any part of your life, are they actually correct? And by deciding to empower your life, regardless of whether you believe that or not, you actually become a creator and stop being a victim. And by being a creator, that means you just empower your life anyway. There's no downsides to empowering your life, but there's a whole lot of downsides to blaming others. And I think that can be a really valuable way to approach criticism and judgment. The final thing I'd like to talk about before I conclude this video, and I hope you have got a lot of value out of it, is to not try to be perfect. A bit like the lady who was trying to be the perfect Buddhist, always kind, always do the right thing, always positive, is a fantasy. I've got positive and negative in my life. I'm kind and mean sometimes. I'm happy and sad sometimes. Because if I said to you, I'm always happy, always positive, I've got all of my stuff together, I've got no outstanding issues in my life, are you going to believe me? Of course not. We evolve to higher planes of consciousness and thinking, but problems never stop. So remember, if you get angry, allow that natural expression. If you're sad, allow that natural expression. If you're happy, also allow that natural expression as well. Have that balance of giving to others and giving to yourself as well. So remember not to be perfect and just to be a balanced person. I think that's a really valuable way of living. And instead of connecting with that fantasy, be grateful for the life you have now and appreciate all the things you have in the actual reality of things, whether you perceive them as positive or negative, and you'll get more to be grateful for in your life. Thanks for listening.